How's it going, everybody? I'm Dr. Jon Clayton, your Layton Chiropractor here in Utah. So in today's video, we're going to be working through with a friend of mine named Braxton. He is an amateur bodybuilder right now who's working to get his pro card. So we're going to be showing you some of the stuff that we do through him. And some of the things we're going to be focusing on today is mainly that full body adjustment you do for everybody that comes in here, but then specifically focusing on some of the things that we need to bring out as far as the musculature throughout the body. And so one of the things we're going to be doing is going through some of that muscle scraping, and so you'll be able to see as we do that muscle scraping what it does to really kind of bring out some of that scar tissue, as well as when you work and train the muscles as hard as most bodybuilders do that we work on, is that they actually build up a lot of that scar tissue and they have too much lactic acid from just training so hard. And so that actually usually ends up showing through as like tightness and soreness through those muscles. So we go through and break all that down so that they can basically put on more and more size through that area. And so I guess feel free to check out this video and see if it's something that you want to do for yourself. If you're in the bodybuilding or the fitness lifestyle, be sure to check out all of our other videos as well and just see exactly what we do for these athletes and basically help them to win shows, get their pro cards, so on and so forth. So again, I'm Dr. Jon Clayton. Hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, first thing we're gonna check here, we're just gonna go through the rib cage. So that big pop you hear there was mainly like the hip as it goes, not the rib cage. A lot of times too, when these bodybuilders, when we're working through them, the more size that they put on, muscle thickness, everything, it's a lot harder to hear a lot of the pops and clicks, especially through like the thoracic spine. So we'll just hopefully hope the microphone on the iPhone has picked it up. Deep breath in here, all the way out. Deep breath in here, all the way out. Deep breath in here, all the way out. And a deep breath in here, all the way out. Deep breath in here, all the way out. So main areas are going to be going through scraping today. So we're going to do through infraspinatus, a little bit of kind of mid, like paraspinal area. We're going to do lats, and then we're going to do some subscap work as well. So we'll kind of show you all that. Deep breath in here, all the way out. Here. Deep breath in, all the way out. Lay the other side. Here. All the way out. Lay your back for me. Heel. There we go. So then with knees, big thing for basically anyone that's physically active at all, what we want to do is work through on the knee area. So we're going to show you how we do that. So the big thing that I see is most people, their patella or their kneecap actually is sitting up too high in relation to where the tibia and the femur meet together to form the knee. And so if the kneecap's too high, it's kind of going to grind a little bit. So one of the things that I'll do is I want to push down on the patella. So I'm going to push straight down and then slide down. And then especially with bodybuilders like this, is I got to use all my force through here. So then they're going to flex their quad. So I got to make sure I hold their kneecap in place. Relax. Okay. Hold their kneecap in place, because if it slips out from underneath my hands, it's going to hurt a ton. And so when I do this, it's very painful. Most people get like a click or a pop when I do it on them. But for the most part, if I can hold that down and the traction, it gives a lot of relief in that knee area. Okay, so we're gonna do that again here. Push straight down, hold down, flex quad, and relax. Okay, same thing on the other side. Make sure you put something underneath the knee, because if I don't have something underneath the knee, it hyperextends, then it hurts that patient. So repeat the same thing on this side here. I'm gonna push straight down, right on that thing there. Push straight down, then slide down, flex quad, and relax. Okay, so I gotta really get deep in there. And flex. Good. Okay, so like I said, it's very painful, but that gives the most relief to the knee, and that's probably 90% of the knee issues I see nowadays are just from too tight of a quad muscle compared to hamstring underneath, and that pulls the kneecap up and creates something called patella alta. Relax. Wrists. So the big thing with neck, gonna come in here. A lot of people with the Y strap or kind of that decompression pull that I notice is that a lot of people don't see the need for it, but when you have a really tight neck that's compressed, that's one of the biggest things is decompressing that so you can actually have the rotation of the neck happen. So anyone that I see, they can't get that rotation through the neck, that's when we bring in that decompression pull and have it go all the way down. So it decompresses not only the cervical spine, like the neck area, but it goes down and goes all the way almost to like the butt area, all the way down through the lumbar spine, so that it decompresses so every part of the body and spine can be adjusted that much better each time you come in. Okay. So next area that we're gonna work through is gonna be subscap. So subscap, the way that I find subscap is gonna be through, I identify the pec muscle, the lat muscle, and then I go right between the two of them, straight in the armpit and then straight down. So that's the motion, straight in, straight down, and then I pin that subscapularis muscle. So I go in all the way like this and then straight down, okay? The way that you know you're on it really good is if the patient's face, if they wince or if they make a funny face, basically, okay? So then what I wanna do is, because this is an internal rotator, I wanna pin in and then I wanna put the arm through internal rotation, so that it's the action of the muscle. And then most people I'll find is when I pin on there, I want the arm to be extended fully back in external rotation, bring it through internal rotation, and most people lock out about right there. They lock out about right there, and then they restrict any other further movement, but we have to aim towards the opposite hip right through there. So we'll aim to the opposite hip and go through there. So another thing that we can do is, we have this handy dandy orange rocket. We can bring this in here as well and pin that same muscle down, be a little bit more strict with it and precise, and do that same exact thing. So that's just a handy tool. If you don't have the muscle to kind of go through and like pin that down, you can use something like this to open that subscap up. And we repeat the same thing on the other side. So we're gonna do on Braxton, we're mainly gonna be working through like the infraspinatus muscle through here, a little bit of some paraspinal stuff through here as well, just kind of next to the spine. And then we're gonna work into that kind of posterior lat through the side right here. So that's mainly what we're gonna be focusing on here. So when I go through, I wanna warm up the area first. Okay, that's anything with scraping. Go both directions, work through your target area, scrape through, and just get the skin, like it's gonna turn slightly reddish pink as we go through this. And that just tells us it's ready to start being scraped. So, and then I'll kind of show you the process as we go through this, what it's gonna look like as we start getting into that deeper area. So let me get this warmed up a little bit more, and then I'll start showing you the progress that we make as it starts to really break through and break down a lot of that scar tissue, a lot of that tension through the muscles, especially as we're putting on size. We're in an off season right now with Braxton, so we're gonna be putting on tons of size, And then we're gonna be really just shaping that size so that the proportions look great. Everything looks great as he shreds out and goes on stage soon. All right, so we're gonna be doing through here. We're working through the infraspinatus right here. We just worked on the muscles of the subscapularis prior to this, but what we're gonna be doing for infraspinatus, it's on the back of the scapula through here. So I wanna really clear this out. So the main goal is we want as much back development as possible, and we want as much width on this upper back as well. And so as we go through, we're gonna be really kind of digging through and then working out so we get that skin to really pop. You'll start to see some red kind of dots come through here, and we'll show you some clips at the very end as well, what this looks like when we're all done. So it's putting through pressure, and we're gonna be going down as well as coming up into it. There's benefits from working kind of both sides of the muscle, and then you can do also some cross fiber as well, but typically I'm gonna work with the fibers of the muscle up and down. So for lats, what we're gonna be doing the back part of the lat, so you can hear how gritty that is. And then there's that petechiae, that reddening right there showing through. So once we hit about right through there, that's when we know to stop. And that's what our final product looks like when we're scraping through an area, especially one that hasn't been scraped before and has lots of scar tissue through there. That's what we want it to look like, so we can really start that healing process, really build on the muscle, add size to it, and keep it growing so you can win some shows. All right, thanks for staying to the end of the video. I'm Dr. Jon Clayton, your Layton chiropractor. With our bodybuilder here in this video, we worked through a lot of these muscles through there. We worked through the infraspinatus again, like we did, I think we did on one of our TikTok videos. And so with working through these areas, what we're gonna be doing is on these bodybuilders, they build up a lot of basically stress through those muscles, which can result in basically tightness, too much lactic acid, and then scar tissue in the end as that lays down constantly. And so by working through all these muscles, what we're doing is we're helping to open up and create the ability for that bodybuilder, that athlete to build more muscle on top of that area, so they look better and better as they get ready for these shows. And so just so you guys know, I don't just work on bodybuilders. I work on any athlete out there. We kind of work you through, say, hey, this is whatever sport that you do, this is how we make you better at it. Here's the muscles that are incorporated into the actions, into the motions, anything that you do in that sport. So we make any athlete better in whatever they do. And so if you live in Utah, be sure to come check us out at Supra Chiropractic. Just see what we can do to better your game, better you as an athlete, or just better you in getting out of pain if that's what you're coming in for. And so if you're looking for a good chiropractor that can work through everything, the full body and so on and so forth, like you see in these videos, come out and check us out at Supra Chiropractic. Again, I'm Dr. Jon Clayton. Be sure to like us on social media as far as like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check out all the content we have there. And then if there's any content that you want to see, put it in the comments below and we'll be sure to make it for you. Again, I'm Dr. Jon Clayton. Thanks for watching the video.